guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today I'm taking the Subculture palette by the balls. I'm kidding. I really wanted to try this palette out. I am so excited to show you guys what I came up with, which is this look right here. When you guys watch this, you'll see that I've already done one eye, and that was because I needed to practice and see what this palette was about before I sat down to film it. My thoughts on it overall, you'll see throughout the video how I worked with the palette, but my thoughts on it is that it's a very artistic palette. It's not for your everyday girl. It is a little tricky to work with, but seeing other people's videos and opinions on them, I could see that they were super pigmented. They were quite powdery because they were so pressed with pigment, and you just needed the tiniest bit. So you'll see how I'll work with the palette throughout the video, but I hope you guys really enjoy the look that I came up with. I'm so glad that I get to do a look with this palette for you guys and just share my thoughts and how I went about using it. But definitely keep on watching if you want to see how I created this look. As per usual, everything is in the description box down below. Please press the subscribe button. It's the big red subscribe button down there. Yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm super grateful, and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. So anyways, shush Nina, let's get to the video. Alright guys, let's get started with this super controversial palette, the ABH Subculture palette, which this is my first time trying it. You can see the colors are so pigmented. I do find them super pigmented and packed with color, and I played around with the first eye and recreated it on the second, and I was pretty happy with my first try on this. I started off with New Wave, which is this beautiful shade. I just love shades like this. It's this like orangey yellowish super pretty shade, which I'm using with the Zoeva 224, and it's just a small blending brush, and I want to put this in the crease, and I want to put it a little bit above the crease just so it peeks out when we are packing on the other colors onto the lid and onto the crease. So I want it to show up at the end of the look, so I wanted to put it just above the crease. Then I mixed Fudge and Rowdy. These two shades were a little hard to use just because they're so dark, and if you make a mistake, that's it, you have to start all over again. So I felt with this it needed a smaller, more denser brush, and instead of just like going in huge circular motions, I just went in tiny circular motions and kind of didn't pick up my brush unless I needed to. So I blended up the product and then picked up the brush, placed it where I wanted it to go, and then kept blending that way. I didn't want to go in huge circular motions with this. This is Untamed, and I use this with a Zoeva flat brush, shader brush with this, and it's so pigmented guys. So I put this down as my base because I wanted to use a darker green on top, but this is so pigmented guys. So all you need to do is just pack on the color really like softly. You don't want to move the brush around too much. You just want to keep it quite small and packed, so you just want to keep on going with it until you're happy. And then I went in with Axis, I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is a darker shade, and this is beautiful, so pigmented, as you can see, again using the same brush, and you can see the color payoff is insane. So I just feel these shadows are super pigmented and pressed so tightly together that yes, you do get fallout, but the pigment is insane if you just work with it. I'm definitely not a pro this first time using the palette, so I do want to go ahead and try more looks with it and try the other shades that I didn't in this look. Then I took a clean brush just to blend out those edges. I did find when blending out this green right here, just in the crease a little bit, that you can see a little bit of the color does go away. So I feel blending these shadows too much, you're going to lose the color. So I did go back and press a little bit more pigment onto the lid. Then I went in with Cube and used this like square brush. It almost looks like a paintbrush from Smith Cosmetics, which I adore, and I put this on my brow bone. This is just going to give us a little more life up there, and it's a super unique shade. It has these blue reflects in it, which is super interesting. Then I went in with Electric, which is one of the two super shimmery like metallic shades in the palette, and this is like a yellowish green. It's mixed yellow and green, like it has sparkles, it's gorgeous, and I thought this would be fun for the inner corner because it did go well with the matte green shadow that we have on the lid. When we do our entire face, the look does come together a bit more. Then I moved on to the face. I'm using the Stila primer. This is, I think, the like white cloudy one. Super hydrating on the skin. Really enjoy this primer. Then I needed to put something in my T-zone for my pores, so I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the original one, I believe, and this is just going to go on my nose, the sides of my nose, and my chin. This is going to help with filling up my pores. This is the first time I'm using this foundation, and I loved it. This is a Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, and I used the shade Medium Tan, I believe. Really enjoyed it with this brush from Tarte as well. Again, as I said, super full coverage, and I'll leave the name of the shade I use. I believe it's actually Tan Sand, not Medium Tan. Tan Sand in the description box below for you guys, and this brush worked really well with it. Then I'm moving on to concealer. Of course, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape. How could I not? This is in the shade Light Medium. Put this on the under eyes and the T-zone. Really enjoy the combination of these two anyway. Really liked the way my skin looked at the end. Blending it through with my beauty blender, and you know, just blending away, just the usual stuff. And then I'm gonna move on to highlighting a little bit after I blend this through it, and I'm actually using a liquid highlight. This is a new one that I picked up. If you haven't watched my big beauty bay haul, you should definitely check that out. I bought a bunch of new products, and this is the Cover FX you know, the highlighting drops. This is in the shade Sunlight, and I really love the way it looked on the skin. So gorgeous, I could not even, like, it just brought the look together. Really love the shade as well. Yeah, just blending that through with my beauty blender to push it into the skin before we powder. And I'm actually going to use two different powders, one for the under eye and one for the rest of the face. For this look, I'm using the Rodial banana powder. Love this powder so much for the under eyes. You can see it's super brightening, and I just really like the consistency of it. Really light, fine powder, and really brightens up the T-zone. And I don't want to put this all over the face, so I use this Laura Mercier powder. This is actually a Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder. I'm using the shade 3, and it's just going to give a little bit of a sheen to the skin. It doesn't mattify it too much, but it does give you a bit of a glow. And then I'm going in with a new bronzer. This is also from my haul, so I use this. It's the Kevyn Aucoin Desert Nights Matte Bronzer, and I really liked it on the skin. Really pretty. This is a Smith Cosmetics brush, which I adore and I cannot put down. I just love their brushes so much. If you guys can get your hands on them, highly recommend them. Then I'm using a new blush. This one is from Dose of Colors. It's in the Mint For You collection, and it's called AmazMint. Mint. Get it? Get it? It's this peachy, gorgeous color. I absolutely adore it. I'm absolutely obsessed with it now. I've been using it ever since I've done this look, which is like 2 days. But still, so pretty. I cannot deal. Then I'm going in with the Laura Geller. I completely just blanked on the name of this highlight. Gilded Honey, of course. This is an oldie but a goodie. So pretty for this look. As you can see, it just makes the look so like youthful and pretty and glowy. I just love the combination of everything I've used in this video. So if you enjoy it, let me know down below. Then it's going on my nose as well. You guys know I have to highlight the nose. Then I'm going back with that powder. Instead of using a loose powder, I'm using the pressed powder to just clean up my contour. That's just going to help us a lot for that. All right, then I'm going in with a little bit of let me tell you, open up the palette, Nina. What are you doing? I'm going in with New Wave, and then this is I use Fudge after that, and then I'm going in with Axis. So these 3 shades on the lower lash line with this tiny brush really pulled the look together. And then I'm like connecting the corner of the top lid and the bottom, just so everything is in unison. Then I'm just blending out the edges with that 224 from Zoeva. Then I'm going in with that inner corner highlight on the bottom again, so everything is brought together. I was not sure which liner to use from Marc Jacobs. One is like this, which I just put on my lower lash line, but I scrapped that and went in with the green after. But I used the shimmery champagne shade in the waterline, and then I changed it to Whirlpool from Marc Jacobs. It's a green and it's a matte, and it really pulled the look together. I set my face and then went in with lips. So I'm using the Huda Beauty Gossip Girl lip liner, and I'm actually doing a pink lip today. I'm actually using two products. One is a lipstick, one is a gloss. The first one is Nude Exposure from Buxom. It's called Nude Exposure, but it's really like a pale pink. Really love the combination of this eye and this lip, and my oh my, the formula of this lipstick is insane. So glossy, so hydrating, but so incredibly pigmented. I'm obsessed. And then I'm using Dominique lip gloss from Buxom as well. It has these like shimmers in it, really really lovely on the lips. I just love their glosses so much. Then I'm using lashes from Lilly Lashes. I do have a discount code for them, which I always leave all of those in the description box below. As you can see here, I changed the liner, but I lost the clip for it, so I'm using Whirlpool from Marc Jacobs in their waterline. Then I thought to add a little bit of sparkle. I'm using a couple stars, like silver stars, from, forgot the name, but I'll leave it in the description box for you guys. And that is the complete look. I hope you guys really really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below what you want to see next. Check out these other videos if you want to. I've done them recently, and I really appreciate if you want to check them out. So I love you and leave you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.